In the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers hold a joint free clinic along with Care Harbor in Los Angeles, California. And in Taiwan, we see how a shuttered school in Shimen in Taipei City was transformed into a coffee shop. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in Jordan. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers in the country held a rice distribution in the desert for their nomadic care recipients to prepare them for the upcoming winter months. A rice distribution was also held at a local school to help 125 students and their families.
Hello.
Before the rice distribution begins, volunteers first hand out snacks to the children. Today, Tzu Chi volunteers in Jordan are holding a rice distribution for the nomadic people of southern Jordan, which includes those from Thagara, Abbasiyah, Wadi Rum, and Wadi Fanan. Besides the rice from Taiwan, volunteers also gave out 35 solar-powered LED light panels to those in need. As part of the distribution, the volunteers also paid siblings Tahani and Mohammed, both receivers of Tzu Chi's financial aid, a visit.
When I graduate, I want to join your ranks. The volunteers are all role models. I really want to become a volunteer.
Although my power is limited, I still want to do something for you, even if it's something small.
Tzu Chi volunteers also held a rice distribution for students in need at the Al Hussein Secondary School for Boys in Amman, ensuring that students from impoverished families can continue their education without worry in the days ahead. Recently, the Tzu Chi Foundation, in partnership with Care Harbor, a nonprofit organization in the United States, held a 4-day free clinic at the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena in California. Besides the medical professionals treating the patients, Tzu Chi volunteers were also helping to make sure patients were well looked after. Early in the morning here in Los Angeles, California, residents are already lined up waiting to get inside the sports arena for the free clinic. While traditional Chinese medicine doctor Ji Rongyuan helps to relieve the pain of his patients, they in turn repay him in kind.
You're my buddy. I made you something here too.
Just by using my hands and a few needles, I can help relieve a patient's pain and suffering, whether it is at a park, on a plane, or even on the side of the road.
Plus my hand, it was shaking, and now it's not shaking. So it's a blessing. Now I feel like a feather, without a problem, without anything. I just feel so good, and God bless you, all of it.
To reciprocate Tzu Chi's kindness, a total of 200 people donated their change to help the less fortunate during the 4-day free clinic.
They broke into my house. They took my daughter's laptop. But I went to look for my can because it was very important to me, the money that I was saving, that they did not take the can, because I was saving it to help somebody else in need.
Not only were the medical staff in excellent shape, but the volunteer team as well, such as Hou Xiongmian, who has participated in numerous free clinics in the past 10 years, and Han Wuguang, whose hands didn't stop fixing broken dental equipment the entire 4 days. Even in an affluent city like Los Angeles, there are still many residents who cannot afford medical care due to poverty. However, here at the free clinic, residents suffering of the body and spirit are both taken care of thanks to Tzu Chi and other organizations. Also in the United States, celebrating 20 successful years of establishment, the Tzu Chi New Jersey chapter organized a Thanksgiving event to thank the members of the public for their support over the past 2 decades. Kingsburg Mayor George Hoff, whose friendship with Tzu Chi was formed following Hurricane Sandy, also made a personal appearance to thank the volunteers.
Jocelyn Gilman, Executive Director of American Red Cross's Northern New Jersey chapter, and Kingsburg Mayor George Hoff, whose affinity with Tzu Chi arose following Hurricane Sandy, have come to deliver their blessings as the local chapter celebrates its 20th anniversary.
I'm here today to thank you on behalf of them and to congratulate you on your 20 years of volunteerism and success. Debbie, if you can please translate this for me. To the Grand Masters, I thank you for allowing Tzu Chi to be established in New Jersey. Without them, the residents of my town would not have experienced their love and their givingness. So thank you, and congratulations on your 50th anniversary. Thank you very much for allowing me to be here today.
Usually, it's the volunteers who lead everyone in song. However, things are a little different today. Today, food bank recipients and staff put on a Tzu Chi song for the volunteers.
I don't speak good English, but I want to say thank you very much for those people are working over here, for help the people in the world. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job you are doing.
Over the past 2 decades, Tzu Chi's seeds of love have taken root and flourished here in New Jersey. Whether it is through concrete actions or spiritual support, Tzu Chi volunteers have shown residents the beauty and compassion of Tzu Chi.
Tzu Chi has taken several of its innovations designed to better serve those during disaster reliefs to be exhibited at the first ever China Good Design Award in Shimen. The Jingsi portable bed on exhibit was even chosen to be showcased on CCTV's renowned program, Dialogue. Here's more.
Today we have two special guests who are authorities on today's topic.
The initiator of Red Dot Design and the founding father of China's industrial design have both been invited to speak about the first ever China Good Design Award. 106 outstanding innovations were recognized this time, and CCTV is filming on location in Shimen to help promote exchanges between designers.
Take this one for example. What is it? What does it do? Is it a chair?
Hello, moderator. This is actually a bed and also a chair. It is actually not very heavy. It's only 13.5 kilograms in weight.
From a designer's point of view, do the two of you see any flaws in this design?
It fits perfect into the environment. I think it has a fantastic function because when we go to flooded areas, you need a lot of holes into it. Yeah, so that the water can go through it. So it is fantastic, easy to use. As you mentioned, it is very light and it is easy to handle.
I think it is a wonderful and socially responsible design. I'm not sure how it is put together or taken apart, but I imagine that must be a top priority.
Marine Xiao immediately does a live demonstration, which strengthens people's impression of the Jingsi portable bed.
Really, the product doesn't look like much was my first impression, but as I learned about its special design and functions, I quickly realized its uniqueness. I think if new products can be designed to help improve our quality of life and the environment, or even go as far as helping those in need, then the greatness of such products is simply beyond what words can say. Other innovations are business-oriented, while this one is for people in need. This is about saving lives, so in its core, the design is about taking on social responsibility.
The international jury of CDG is impressed by the humanitarian purpose of Tzu Chi's innovations and has thus awarded the bed and its packaging the recognition it deserves. Revitalizing shuttered schools is actually quite complicated, as schools are zoned as a cultural and education center. Organizations that want to take advantage of the low rent of these schools are limited in the types of activities that they can conduct on campus. Thus, in order to truly make such endeavors successful, the government must re-evaluate its regulations and develop a comprehensive strategy to create a win-win situation for all involved.
Shimen District is the northernmost township in Taiwan. A school on a hill next to the coastal highway that was closed down 10 years ago has now been given a new purpose and is serving the public in a different way.
From the entrance, we come into this area, which used to be the school's kitchen, but it is now our gallery. This area used to be the faculty's office, while this area used to be classrooms for upperclassmen.
Now a coffee shop, the school's desks and chairs are still used here to remind people of the shop's history. The BOT project is the collaboration of New Taipei City's Departments of Education and Cultural Affairs. Potter Zhang Geming was given the contract to operate this shop 5 years ago, and his renovation efforts began with this window pane.
The Department of Cultural Affairs wanted a big open space here, so it installed 4 retractable shutters. But about 6 months after they were installed, I went to open them and all the hardware just fell right off. If you don't oil them constantly, the metal parts just don't last here. In the end, I decided to install windows here instead.
The transparent large windows give people inside a direct view of Taiwan's beautiful coastlines and have helped draw in tourists to this remote township. However, the corrosive sea air is hard on the building.
The railing used to go all the way down, but it rusted very quickly, so we had to remove it. However, as our lease was only for 1 year, putting in brand new railing along the whole section would cost at least $10,000. So we only decided to redo this part.
The constant repair work costs money, so Zhang has to be thrifty. Besides working on his pottery, he also serves as the waiter here. Originally, Zhang had intended to turn part of the school into his workshop and also build a kiln. However, such plan has been temporarily put on hold.
This used to be my office where I worked out of. There was also a rest area for my staff.
Now, driftwood meant to fill the kiln occupy this area instead, while the vast open space remains unused.
This whole area used to be my workshop. Originally, my workshop would have been the heart of this establishment, but the Department of Education thought that would be like running a factory here, and therefore it shut down the idea. So I had to relocate my workshop elsewhere.
As renting a shuttered school is cheap, government agencies want to eliminate rooms for unlawful gains, which can inadvertently lead to poor decision-making. Also, as a school is not zoned for business or manufacturing, without proper bylaws, a lessee is restricted in the activities that can be conducted on campus, which makes repurposing shuttered public offices so troublesome.
As regional governments seek to balance their budget deficit, they want to revitalize these areas. However, laws and regulations pertaining to such endeavors must be put in place.
To adhere to the current regulation, Zhang had to relocate his workshop to an abandoned factory some 500 meters away.
Inside my workshop, I have about some 20 co-workers who enjoy creating pottery just like me.
Zhang says his workshop has breathed new life into this abandoned factory and school, creating new job opportunities that have brought the community back to life.
As birth rate declines, more schools will close down, but each shuttered school is unique. By taking advantage of such uniqueness, each of the shuttered schools can become something new.
As Zhang said, each shuttered school has its own history and uniqueness. As the government tries to revitalize these schools, it must come up with a comprehensive strategy so that businesses can make a reasonable profit while the public's interest is also protected.
In August of this year, Tzu Chi College of Technology was renamed Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology, or TCOST. On November 4th, a plaque unveiling ceremony for TCOST was attended by Master Zhen and other dignitaries, who also attended a joint inauguration ceremony of the Gallery of TCOST History and the Indigenous People Museum in the university on the same day.
Students, faculties, and Tzu Chi fathers and either mothers of TCUST stand orderly in rows and sing joyfully to welcome Master Zhen Yan and other dignitaries to the plaque unveiling ceremony of the university.
交织饮食这样很实实在在的把我们的爱的能量传承给孩子，这慈诚宜德的爱的真诚的传与教育，这样彼此之间汇合起来，大家呢有志一同啊， 为社会人群来付出，培养出优良学生。请用钱。
The joint inauguration of the Gallery of TCUST History and the Indigenous People Museum is also held today. The museum covers an area of over 900 square meters and boasts a fine collection of materials about Taiwan's indigenous culture, while the gallery displays the 26-year-long history of the university.
The faculty of the university will uphold our initial convictions. We will always bear in mind the Master's view on education, which is that the future of our society, our families, and our children depends on education. We won't let the Master down.
TCUST is the first college of technology to be elevated into a university in Eastern Taiwan. The faculty of TCUST will continue to uphold their effort to produce outstanding graduates.
Back in 1989, when Master Zhen Yan first set up Tzu Chi College of Technology to train nurses, she noticed many indigenous students could not go to school because of financial difficulties. Therefore, in 1996, the school came out with a 5-year nursing degree for indigenous teens. Although the college has now become a university, it still retains the 5-year program for the sake of indigenous students.
On September 17, 1989, Tzu Chi College of Nursing was founded by Master Zhen Yan to not only train more nursing professionals in Eastern Taiwan, but also provide indigenous youth with vocational training.
When the school was founded in 1989, one of our goals was to look after the indigenous teens by providing them with an education and a career skill.
In Taiwan, many indigenous students drop out of school due to financial difficulties. To help, the school's special 5-year nursing program, set up in 1996, subsidizes indigenous students with tuition, room and board, book, and stationery expenses, helping over 8,400 indigenous students to date.
To tell the truth, no other schools can give you all these resources. Everyone should cherish this program. I wouldn't resist a bit of fun, but still, I would do my best studying.
A graduate of the program, Maya is now a nurse working at her alma mater. On weekends, she will bring students here back to their indigenous communities to serve. Graduates of the school are recognized for their professional skills and characters. In 1999, the school's name was changed to Tzu Chi College of Technology, and now it is known as Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology.
Although we are now a university, we still offer the 5-year program for indigenous students with a junior high diploma. If they are clear that nursing is the field that they want to get into, they should take advantage of this program.
As time passes by and with the name changes, the school still upholds the same motto of giving with compassion and joy, just as it did when it was first founded 26 years ago.
All across Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers have been holding New Shoot Scholarship Awards ceremonies to recognize students for their academic achievements and award those who exemplify good moral character. Next, we join 2 recent ceremonies held in Taoyuan and Yilan.
Ma Huiyu, who was brought up by her grandmother, has always performed well in school. As a winner of this year's New Shoot Scholarship Award, Huiyu decided to give the scholarship money to her grandmother to thank her for her care.
I will use this money to contribute to household expenses and purchase stationery and clothes with it.
Despite being dealt a hard hand in life, Huang Renhong has never let his circumstances stand in the way of his dreams. In addition to winning Tzu Chi Scholarship for the 7th time in a row, this year Huang was also one of 5 recipients to receive the Prudential Spirit of Community Awards.
People often say to me, your family is already struggling to make ends meet. Why would you spend your time doing something so meaningless? You should be working instead. I tell them that giving is not the privilege of the rich. It is the privilege of the sincere.
Learning to reciprocate, these students are also changing their lives for the better, one step at a time.
徐秀琪学习领域奖，在学成绩非常的优秀，所以。
As Xu Xiuqi accepts her award on stage, her father and grandmother could not be any prouder of her achievement. Although Xiuqi has to take care of her father on top of her studies, she is grateful to have the support of her grandmother and decided to dedicate the award to her family.
或许有些人会认为说这种家庭不是很 OK， 就是。
Many people assume that children who come from disadvantaged families tend to go astray and are more likely to become rebellious. But I am grateful to my gran who constantly believes in me.
希望我自己，可以在
I hope to go from strength to strength, and I also hope to be like the Tzu Chi aunts and uncles who have helped me. I hope that one day I too may help the disadvantaged people in society.
就是多帮助那些弱势族群。
This year, there are 170 outstanding Bachang students like Xiuqi in Taoyuan who have benefited from Tzu Chi scholarship. These students also promise to one day reciprocate the kindness that they had been shown to help others progress towards their goals.
For 15 years, Zheng Wencai has been upholding Tzu Chi's recycling mission in Malaysia's Batu Pahat, despite being bogged down by his own medical problems. Unfortunately, he recently passed away. His Dharma family members organized a memorial service to commemorate this remarkable volunteer who has dedicated his life to Tzu Chi and recycling.
I'm really grateful for his presence in our lives. He is just like a brother to us, cheering us on. When my leg gets better, let's sort recycling together once more.
A passionate recycling volunteer during his lifetime, Zheng Wencai passed away from a massive asthma attack. He was 54.
We were just with him on Sunday doing home visitations. He was especially spirited that day. His heart has always been with Tzu Chi. When I heard the news, I could not accept it. I have known him all these years, and in my mind, Brother Wencai always talked to people about Tzu Chi, whether he knew them or not.
Zheng had began his recycling path 15 years ago at the Batu Pahat recycling station. In 2001, he had to amputate his leg due to diabetes complications. And until his last breath, he still put environmental protection before his own health.
Although his health continued to affect him, he still wanted to join us on the Tzu Chi path, to help the less fortunate and do his part in preserving Tzu Chi's missions.
我相信他很快就会趁愿再来，换个身体，做个快快乐乐的小菩萨，来接慈济的棒。
In the United States, students and parents of various Tzu Chi educational institutions in Los Angeles, California and Austin, Texas both celebrated Halloween by making their own eco-friendly costumes. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.